but especially women.
Thank you so much. Trials of Spring is the latest documentary by a renowned documentary filmmaker, Geena. Geena can unfortunately not be with us today. She literally lost her voice. But we are very lucky to have Angie Wang with us. Angie Wang heads an organization called Peace is Loud. And you aim to inspire social action through media that focus on women as peacemakers. And you've worked a lot with Ginny, including on her really pathbreaking series, Women War Peace, that introduced women not as victims, but really as agents of change, as leaders, and as peacemakers around the world. So that goes very much against the stereotypes that we've heard about so much already today. So Angie, how does the audience react when they see real women?
First of all, I just want to say thank you for including me today in today's event. It's really an honor to be sitting in such esteemed company. As Nanette mentioned, Ginny unfortunately couldn't be here today, but I'm really glad that we were able to show this clip from her latest film project, The Trials of Spring. The Trials of Spring will share stories of women across the Middle East and North Africa who are putting everything on the line in their fight for civil rights, liberties, and justice for all. And I am particularly excited about having the chance to work with Ginny and the team on the outreach component of this project. As Nanette mentioned, I had the privilege of working with Abigail Disney and Ginny and Pamela Hogan on the 5-part documentary series, Women in Peace, which told the stories of women who are playing a strategic role in conflict and peace building. Actually, I would be remiss if I didn't thank Geena Davis, who literally lent her voice. She was a narrator of one of the episodes in the series, the capstone episode, War Redefined. And also, Geena Davis and Madeline were so supportive, actually, when we were first doing our outreach campaign. So thank you. So the Women, War, and Peace was a 5-part series. And one of the films in the series that I just want to highlight was the film Pray the Devil Back to Hell, which I imagine some of you in the room might be familiar with already. And that was also a film that Ginny had directed. Pray told the story of the women in Liberia, the courageous, truly courageous women in Liberia who had organized a nonviolent peace movement and were instrumental in helping to end the 14-year civil war in Liberia. It's a truly remarkable story. What is very disturbing is the fact that if this film had never been made, chances are we would have never known about what the women in Liberia did and what they accomplished. And that's what the Women, War, and Peace series was about. It was about sharing stories that were not being covered, not in the mainstream news, about what women were doing, organizing for peace, trying to get themselves into the peace talks, whether it be in Afghanistan or fighting for their basic human rights in other countries within conflict. That includes in Bosnia and also Colombia. So Nanette, you asked the question, what was the audience's reaction to seeing real women on the screen? And I would say it was great. Actually, it was probably a surprise to everyone on the team, including myself, that when the series broadcast over the 5 weeks on public television, we had a cumulative viewership of 12.5 million viewers, which was really exceeding optimistic expectations. The viewership was split pretty evenly between male and female viewers. We also had an additional 220,000 visits to the series website, and the most popular content being the films themselves, which we posted after each of the films premiered. In addition, as part of our outreach campaign, we coordinated 200 plus community screenings across the U.S. And we reached an additional 15,000. We were in 90 cities and 42 states. And one of the interesting facts was that when we ran the numbers, the audience members at these screenings were about a quarter were students, college students, and the adult population was about 35% were ages 18 to 35. So I think that the community screenings were particularly effective at reaching a younger audience, which was really important to us.
Could you see any discernible impact, or how did you, what was the